Mushrooms are a popular item to add to some of our favorite dishes, and some even use it as a meat substitute. But have you ever tried growing your own? It's not easy. On today's You Can Grow It, our garden master Jim Duthie introduces us to one young entrepreneur who turned his passion for growing them into a business.
There are thousands of varieties of edible mushrooms, some with very colorful and creative names, like lion's mane, pearls, blue oysters, and pink oysters, and even turkey tail.
Almost all of us can grow mushrooms in our yards, not the kind you want to eat, but good edible mushrooms. We'll introduce you to a local young entrepreneur who wants to make this a big business.
19-year-old Brody Ferguson has a passion for mushrooms.
So it all started as an 8th grade science project when I tried to grow mushrooms, basically, and it kind of just went from there.
Brody's friends and family have even given him a few nicknames.
Well, I get lots of jokes. I'm kind of known as the fun guy or the mushroom man, but they love it. I've always loved growing mushrooms. I'd like to expand it beyond mushrooms one day. I love just promoting sustainability and great all-around products to consumers. So that's really where my passion is at.
When he first started more than 5 years ago, Brody was one of the few people in Idaho growing their own mushrooms. But in recent years, mushroom growing has exploded in popularity.
I know the majority of the mushroom growers in the United States, and it is a pretty tight-knit community that we all, kind of can share information and strains and knowledge.
All mushrooms are fungi, but not all fungi are mushrooms, and they're neither plant nor animal, belonging to a class of their own. The mushrooms that we see are actually the fruit of the fungus.
Growing mushrooms, pretty complicated process.
Brody starts with a petri dish where the mushroom roots, or mycelium, take hold. From there it's expanded to a liquid culture, basically sugar water, where millions of strands of mycelium grow. The liquid culture is poured into a bag of sterilized grain, a nitrogen-rich food source that allows the mushroom culture to expand. Once fully colonized, the grain is added to a sawdust block to give the mushrooms a medium in which to start fruiting into recognizable mushrooms. The whole process typically takes about 2 weeks. Brody's lab is part of his company, Ferg's Fabulous Fungi, and he's developed a simple kit for growing your own edible mushrooms.
What I'm doing is basically making it easy for everybody else. This is a grow kit. It's just a fully colonized block of mushroom mycelium. So basically you get a little sawdust block, and all you have to do is take that home, cut an X in the bag, mist it a couple times a day with a little squirt bottle, and about 2 weeks you'd have your own mushrooms that you can just pick.
Mushrooms need moisture, so Brody built a special misting room for the mushrooms to grow in a highly humid environment. Supermarkets only carry a few common mushroom varieties, but some more exotic varieties are in high demand for gourmet cooking and others for their medicinal properties.
Oh yeah, there's way more than what you just see in your average grocery store. So all the mushrooms I grow, they have lots of diversity there. So for anybody that's never really adventured out and trying different mushrooms, I have lots of different varieties that have different flavors and textures. So I'd like everybody else to experience growing their own mushrooms too. So it is a fascinating process.
Jim Duthie, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Now, one mushroom variety that Brody doesn't grow is morels. That's a favorite among Idaho mushroom hunters, and that's because morels are almost impossible, I should say, to grow commercially. Brody's mushroom growing kit will soon be available at Zamzows Garden Centers.